Taurus, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-May 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as usual and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Taurus collective. It is still Taurus season, my friends, at the time of this filming. So let's get this going here for the birthday boys, gals. What's happening for Taurus, please? Guides and spirit team, what energies, messages, all the things. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Taurus, please. Messages and energies for my good friends. And while we get this first card out, I would just like to once again wish you all a very happy birthday from me to you. Okay, whether it's just passed, whether it's still coming up, I hope you had a great one. I hope you do have a great one. Okay, and this next year is going to be really good for you. We're sending all the good energy to you, my friends. Okay, so there's a little thought-based energy showing up for you here. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be bad or rough or anything like that. It's just a lot of cerebral activity, which is okay, right? There's nothing wrong with that. So before we fully dive into it, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the May subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card a little more in depth. So I always like when this card pops up because I feel like it's very deep imagery here. So we see the two little clown ballerinas. One looks like she's laying down having a little rest. The other one's up there walking on a tightrope. And I always picture it as these two being one and the same. This one dreaming or daydreaming about what they're going to do next or what's coming up. So when this card shows up, first and foremost, I say a lot of Tauruses could be in that future focus, that future mindset. If you're not there right now, that could start popping up this week where it's like, okay, well, what are my goals? What do I want to do? What do I want to accomplish? That's kind of the vibe we're picking up here. But on top of that, this feels very Four of Cups like. So just know you might be daydreaming a little more. You might have something or someone very specific on your mind, or maybe someone has you on their mind. It goes both ways. Now, there's nothing wrong with being imaginative and creative. If that's the case, if you have a lot of this mental imagination going on, maybe find an outlet for it. That could be a really good activity for you, because when I see this energy, I feel like it's extremely creative. It's nice. So we're just going to put it down right there, and let's get into tarot and see what's happening. And yeah, I always say the first card here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. So let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Taurus, please, my guides and spirit team. What do we got for them? And yeah, while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading, my friends. It was titled An Unexpected Win, and I really hope you had one. Now, I always say that wins come in all different shapes and sizes, whether it's monetary, whether it's interpersonal relationships. But to me, it did feel like something like coming out of nowhere for a lot of you, and it felt really, really positive. So I hope that did come to fruition for you. Just know that that energy could still bleed over for the coming days and weeks. So let's see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. You know how it goes. Let's get 3 cards here for Taurus. All right, quick. Yeah. And I always chuckle because it almost never fails that in a sign's birthday season, the 6 of Pentacles shows up. It always does. Every time, without fail. It doesn't matter what zodiac sign it is, they're getting this 6 of Pentacles at least a couple of times in their birthday season, which is a good thing. It's a very giving type of energy. I really like it. Whoa. Okay, we got the 4 of Wands. Beautiful spiritual type of energy as well. I still feel something good coming for you. So if that winter victory didn't pop in just yet, like it's still being lined up. Okay, we have Lady Justice herself chilling right here on the back end. So now we do have some karmic archetypes to play with, and this doesn't necessarily feel rough or anything. I'm feeling pretty neutral at the moment. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. So at first glance, I like the little mixture of elements we have going on here. We have some nice earth. We got some fire. We have some air. So there could be something that like emerges. I always say when fire and air mixes, what it does, it moves things forward very rapidly, very quickly. Also, a lot of Libra energy showing up here as well. But let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. On its face value, a lot of these cards do skew positive, which is nice. Now, in position number 1, we are starting with the Six of Pentacles. And yeah, that's why I made a whole to-do about it, because to me, this is one of the cards of gift giving, okay? Because it's an extremely charitable type of energy. It's wanting to give your energy to something. So for a lot of Tauruses out there, maybe there's a specific thing, task, business opportunity, or even person that you are wanting to give your energy towards, or someone wanting to give their energy towards you. It's sharing is caring, really in card form when I see it. Now, this card could also represent balance. It could represent equality. Notice that this person is holding a scale. So even though it's earthy energy, I do link it with Libra. And it's also a card of karma because of the scale, similar to weighty justice. And then we have this spiritual card in the center. So there is something very spiritual about this spread in general. Now, when I see the Six of Pentacles, I always say every card has positive and challenge. A challenge of this card is you might be in a situation where you feel like, all right, well, something's off here. This isn't balanced. This isn't right. It's not fair. Those things could pop up, but I'm not going to read into that just yet until we see a clarifier that tells us that. Okay, you might be working to make something right as well. And since it is my card of gift giving, I know whether your birthday's passed or not, it's either giving or receiving a gift. Okay, so that's still in the ether for the Taurus collective. Moving to the center, we do have the Four of Wands. Beautiful, beautiful energy. One of my favorites in the whole entire deck. The good old 11-11 card. So especially when we're in between these two karmic energies, watch for signs, synchronicities, omens. Spirit might be trying to talk to you, whether it's spirit in general, like source energy, or whether it's a specific individual from the spirit side. Like I'm feeling that for some of you as well. There might be someone trying to get a message through to you. But the Four of Wands, to me, aside from the spiritual connotations, is a card of celebration. And it could represent the home and family, but these people are partying it up. They're living it up. So it's a cause for celebration. So we're already seeing possible wins and victories coming your way, like we saw last week. It's a very sturdy type of energy, too. It's not fleeting whatsoever. So I'm really loving this energy that we're picking up here in the center. The only thing I'll say with the Four of Wands, just like all cards that have fours in them, it's so sturdy that it could be stubborn sometimes. So in worst case scenario, this could be a situation you're dealing with where it's like taking a lot of time, where it's just super sturdy. Now, there's a lot of spiritual and karmic energy within this spread overall. That's one thing that I'm going to keep mentioning because it is here with the scales. Then we have the universe, and now boom, right here on the back end, we have Lady Justice, the card that represents Libra. So if you are connected to Libra by any chance, or you have Libra placements yourself, they're showing up here very powerfully in your spread this week. Now, Lady Justice could be a whole slew of different things. Of course, she could represent things like equality and balance, trying to bring balance to something. She could be a card of making decisions or choices as well. So for some Tauruses, you might be in a place where it's like, okay, do I go left? Do I go right? What do I do here? How do I proceed? Okay, you might be weighing options with her. She's a card of legal activities, whatever it may be, whether it's going to court or signing contracts, leases, things like that. So just make sure if you're doing anything legal, you're dotting the I's and crossing the T's when Lady Justice is here. But she is the biggest card of karma, karmic justice, spirit making something right. Okay, so when we have karmic here, the universe here, then there could be either karmic situations you're going through, or spirit's going to make something right. And for a big portion of you, I feel like that could really be in play already, where karma is going to get served up in one way or another, and spirit's going to balance something out. I'm already picking that up, but I really want to dig into it further. So let's put Lady Justice back here for the time being, and let's do it, Taurus. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. Let's see what's happening. My gods, talk to me. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Six of Pentacles here. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Taurus, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Six of Pentacles here. Why is the Six of Pentacles in the mix? Please and thank you. Okay, your card in reverse here. Yeah, so there is something that might be out of your hands. Okay, and sometimes that's a good thing to hear, and sometimes that's a little uncomfortable to hear. I'm also getting little threads to what we were picking up for you last week as well. So we have the Hierophant in reverse. As a lot of you do know, that is one of the cards that do represent you, and it is showing up here in reverse. So the main message, or the main thing I was feeling here about the universe making something right, or the universe bringing something into balance, it's already showing up here with the Hierophant in reverse. In the upright, the Hierophant is very firm, very sturdy. It's a card of history. It's a card of your regular schedule, long-term commitments, things like that. It's a very dependable type of energy. But when it's in reverse, it's very tower-like. It's things shaken up. Okay, but the main intuitive vibes, I already gave you the messages that I was feeling here with this Hierophant in reverse. The universe, like something is in the universe's hands. There could be certain situations where it's like, okay, no matter what you do or how you work towards it or how you handle it, you're going to win points for yourself. But in reality, this is kind of in the universe's hands. And I know that's not always a nice message to hear. Like something could just be out of your hands at this point. Like it will be what it will be type of energy. So we're seeing these karmic archetypes in a really heavy way. Let's keep moving forward. And still, I want to also say, this doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. With the Hierophant in reverse, that could be something catching you off guard. So for a portion of you, I still feel that energy that we saw last week, like something could go surprisingly good, or someone could come in and surprise you with something. So let's keep moving forward here. This could be really nice. So let's see what the Four of Wands has to say, though. Why is that Four of Wands here? Thank you. Yeah, the World in the upright. In the universe's hands. Again, another karmic card here of the karmic cycles of life. Something is culminating. Okay, there is a chapter of your life that is coming to some sort of culmination here. And I feel like a lot of you are going to feel relieved when it does. Okay, this to me doesn't feel like 10 of Swords, bad ending, bad chapter. I'm not picking that up here whatsoever. But when I get the Four of Wands with the World in the upright, it's like, okay, I'm at peace with this chapter closing. I'm at peace with moving into the next chapter of life. So for a lot of you, this could be really good. This whole spread, every single one of these cards, whether it be the Six of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, Justice, Hierophant, the World, they all have spiritual ties. Okay, so take from that information what you will. I do feel like something coming to a breaking point, or not like it's going to break, but I feel like something's building up and a certain chapter in your life is about to close out and you're about to move into a new one. So let's see what Lady Justice has to say. And once again, I feel this is in Spirit's hands. Okay, it's in Spirit's hands. This karmic energy is at play. Okay, which, I mean, I keep saying I know this could be frustrating, but it feels soothing in a way too. Like it feels reassuring. Let's move into Lady Justice. Why is Lady Justice here? Thank you. Yeah, Page of Swords. Yeah. I don't want to give a mean message here. Okay, Taurus. So we do have the Page of Swords, the Watcher of the tarot deck. And it's sitting there and it's observing all of this stuff happening. It's observing all this stuff happening and going on. Okay, so its Spirit might be kindly saying to you, Taurus, for the time being, take a step aside and you observe, watch me work. It's like giving me like, yeah, let me cook, watch me work type of energy. So that could be a direct message for some very specific Tauruses out there that the universe is saying like, all right, I got this, I'll handle this. So karma's getting served up to someone here. Now, hopefully it's in a positive way. If you've been a good person putting great energy out there into the world, there's a lot of beautiful energy here. So maybe you were going to receive some sort of karmic benefits from the universe. But at the same time, when I see Lady Justice with the Watcher, Page of Swords there in the upright, it's like, you sit and watch how this unfolds, Taurus. Keep your eyes open and watch me work. Like that's just the energy that's showing up here. Now the Page of Swords could also represent younger individuals, that could represent air signs, so Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. And the Page of Swords is a communicator. It's also a messenger, a student of sorts as well. So for a lot of you, you could really be studying and learning a lot of different aspects to your own spirituality. But in the context of everything we see going on here and me saying like, yeah, there could be certain things that are out of your hands, certain chapters that are going to close out, Spirit is kindly asking you to observe closely. Like you watch this, Taurus, watch it, okay? And not in a scary way. It's just how it's coming through. And that's a very unique message. But karma's coming in. The universe is coming in. Spirit's coming in to set something straight. So let's go through and do a quick recap. It feels very straightforward to me, and it's like being reiterated within the read itself. So if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the Six of Pentacles with the Hierophant in reverse, your card. In reverse, I did say in its most positive sense, a lot of you could have a surprise coming your way. So keep your eyes open. It doesn't necessarily feel bad here, but the main vibe I was picking up is there could be something that's just out of your hands, okay? Or there's a situation where it's like, whatever will be, will be. Moving to the center, we have the Four of Wands with the World in the upright. Something is culminating, something is building up, and there is a chapter in your journey that is about to close here. And it doesn't feel scary or rough or anything like that, but I feel for a lot of you there's going to be a relief when this chapter does close out. Moving to the back end, we do have Lady Justice with the Page of Swords. I can't help but chuckle, because to me it's like the universe saying, like, yeah, we're coming in, we're going to handle business, we're going to make stuff happen. Watch and see. Keep an eye. You'll know when we're working, you'll know when we're at work. So watch these karmic energies flow, my friends. That's the biggest energy I'm picking up here, aside from you possibly diving into your own spirituality. And just to mention again, spiritual, then the Watcher. Okay, so very clear energy here. Please take a screenshot of that. Let's get you a shadow card now, my friends. And yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end, just to see whether it's something within you or something you may not see at the moment. Shadow cards do not always have to be a challenge. They could be a very good thing. So let's get you one here. What do we got in the shadows for the beautiful Taurus collective, please? And yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love and appreciation for all my members. I really do, from the bottom of my heart. So let's get this shadow card out here for you, my friends. What do we got? What do we got here? Thank you. Yeah, the Hermit. So for a lot of you, you could actually be withdrawing your energy or just staying in your own lane here when we have the Hermit in the shadows, because that's where the Hermit likes to be, right? The Hermit likes to be in the shadows. Now, for a portion of you, you might be connected to someone with Virgo traits, Virgo placements. And this, to me, is a card of someone pulling their energy back or just staying in their lane, doing their own thing. And I feel like it kind of ties into what we were seeing here. If you are too over-involved in something or over-involved in a situation, that might not be the best for you. Conserve your own energy, stay in your lane, do your thing. That's what this card is telling me in the shadows. Now, for a portion of you, if you're already in hermit mode, it's for a reason, okay? Whether you realize it or not, Spirit's saying like, okay, well, there's a reason this is happening, or there's a reason you're in hermit mode. So make the most of it. I don't feel for a lot of you this is anything dark, nefarious, or scary or anything like that. But when we see the Hermit in the shadows, it's, to me, it's like it's quiet time. Like, relax, take a second. Like, there's like, try not to stress about too much. I feel for a lot of you, it's just you not making waves and just being in your own lane, and there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, Taurus, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the May subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a one-on-one personal reading with me, you could check out my digital calendar at mastermetaphysics.com. But for the May subscriber surprise, we're doing a winner's choice this month, my friends. 2 lucky subscribers will get their choice of either the Everyday Witches Tarot, which is a wonderful deck. It's one of my favorites. Or you can choose a crystal pendant of your choice from my website. They're homemade. The energy is luscious. They're beautiful. So it's winner's choice there. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments where in the world you are from. You don't have to give me your home address or anything like that. It could be your country, state, province, whatever it might be. You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you again soon.